and welcome to Connect Live. I'm Dawn Peters. If you're in business anywhere from a startup, an entrepreneur, or at the C-suite level, this is for you. I'm very happy today to have Courtland Wyatt of DocWyatt.com in the studio. Welcome, Courtland.
Well, thanks, Don, for having me.
Thank you. I'm really looking forward to this, to find out exactly everything you have to offer all these people in business. So tell me a little bit about the business leadership coaching that you do.
Well, what I do from a business standpoint is I consider myself what I call a dream broker.
Ooh.
I'm the middle person in between your dreams and you.
Oh, I love it.
And I'm right there. So I can help bridge the gap between actual success and realized success. So that's kind of how I look at myself. I have several years experience being an educator. I'm a healthcare practitioner. I have a PhD in business and also a PhD in healthcare. As a physical therapist. So I'm very well versed in these type of things, and I've been an entrepreneur for the last 17 years.
Well, that's a fantastic experience to bring to the fold. So what made you start this business of coaching and leadership coaching?
Well, I just saw a need as I grew up, and just talking to people, there's an extreme need that people are not living out their dreams to the fullest potential. So it's very fascinating to me why that is and how people don't seem to hit their targets. So I always looked at that, and I was always astounded by why people never do it, why they never did it, or also why is the world the way that it is? Why some people are so successful and some people are not? Why is there such a gap between successful people and people that are unsuccessful? The wealth gap in this country is astonishing, and it's growing every day. The top 2% controls the majority of the wealth in this country, and it doesn't make sense. But it can start to narrow, or the gap can narrow if people start to focus in on their success and know what the capabilities that they have within them.
So if somebody's looking to work with you, what is the process they'd be looking at, or what would you be looking at working with them? Two-sided coin.
Well, pretty much it's just if they want to work with me, they just call me up, or they find me, or I do like seminars or go to schools, different things of that nature, and just see where people are, where their goals, what is it that they want to get out of it, and just teaching people how to just do that, just get started. Get started right where you are right now. You don't have to have all your ducks in a row. You don't have to have all the ducks, and you're just lucky if you got a few ducks in a pond. Right. Just get started with what you have right now, and that's enough to do it. It's never going to be the perfect situation to start any business or any process or any goal. And once people realize that's the biggest key right there.
So do you have any success story you want to share with us, or any particular way you really focus in and help people?
Yeah, I could start with myself,
Absolutely, yes.
I consider myself a success story coming from St. Louis, growing up in St. Louis. It was, I don't know if you've ever been to St. Louis.
I haven't, no, one place I haven't.
Yeah, it's even right now, the medium income, household family income is about $20,000 a year. But I grew up, I had fun growing up. It was, sometimes it was tough, sometimes it wasn't. But for the most part, we had a lot of fun. And I didn't really see a lot of successful people now that I think about it. I didn't really start to change my focus until I went into the military and I started seeing different things. I was exposed to other things. I wasn't exposed to all the violence and the drugs and the pimps and all these different things that was in the city, so to speak. I got exposed to some of those things, and just working at different barbershops as a kid, sweeping up hair, going to the store, running errands, all those different things. And you see a lot when you are in the streets of St. Louis going to and fro.
Right, I am sure. So do you think now you bring into your coaching all the legs of your background, as you say, growing up, and then your military background, obviously being a doctor? Do you find you're bringing all those aspects into your coaching field now?
Yes, you have to, because you are who you are.
Yes.
And you need to be able to speak to people where they are. And the majority of the people that I would like to help are people who are disenfranchised. Or it could be some, from my experience these days is from working with corporations and companies and doctors and lawyers and being part of national organizations. I can help them too with my story, because everybody has issues, whether you're a C-level executive that makes $20 million a year, you still have some things that you need to work on.
Right, absolutely.
And learning never stops, and you can learn from anybody. And I believe my story, the way I grew up, the way I executed, the way I persevered, is a great method for a learning experience for anybody.
Right. So if somebody is looking to work with you, explain a little bit. Would they be looking to work online with you? Is it face-to-face? Is it a mix? And then what's the duration of that coaching?
I prefer face-to-face. I prefer if someone wants a one-on-one that they could fly me in, or I could fly over to them, or if they're local, we could meet up locally. We can also, today's easy. We can set up webinars, go-to meetings, but I don't really like that. I really like to put the name with the face and be able to touch and talk and see what you're really about and what your true essence is.
Right. And what is it about you that's unique to compared to other leadership coaches?
Because I've been in the trenches. I've came from tough situations, and I've done things, and without any help, rags to riches, to failures, to successes. So to me, I consider myself a great success. I'm not a billionaire, but I have a billionaire's mindset.
I love that.
And my goal is to help people develop a winning mindset. And that's the way that you really keep score in life, is to how many lives have you touched. It's not about how many cars you have, what's the size of your investment account, how many offshore properties that you have, all those different things. It's about how many lives that you touch. And there's a lot of people out there that need to be touched.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, obviously, I think from the wealth of your experience, you can help or touch a lot of people. So if people want to get in touch directly with you, please tell them how they can do that.
You can go to docwyatt.com, or you can email me at info@docwyatt. Also, you can email me at ErgoAhmed. You can check me out on ergoahmed.com. That's my physical therapy clinic, which is, the email for that is wyatt@ergoahmed.com. Ahmed is short for occupational medicine.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for coming here and sharing your story with us. If you'd like to watch this and see more of it, or be on the show yourself, please go to ConneXionHub.com.